It's another bumper month of movies at View this August.
Fifth Element director Luc Besson's latest sci-fi spectacle, Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey lock horns in the big screen adaptation of The Dark Tower.
American Made reunites Tom Cruise and Doug Liman for a true-life tale of a pilot turned drug smuggler.
Steven Soderbergh comes out of retirement for star-studded heist caper Logan Lucky.
And discover the origin of the creepiest of creepy dolls in Annabelle Creation. Hello, welcome to View's What to Watch this month. We're here in the brand spanking new View West End, and we're going to be running through all the... We can't do it like this, can we?
No, I am
far too comfortable.
Far too relaxed.
Go to the bar.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a bit better, isn't it?
So nice.
And we've got wine.
Yes, we do.
Right, let's talk about movies. The first movie is Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Welcome to Alpha, the city of 1,000 planets.
So Valerian looks amazing. What is this all about?
Well, I'm quite in awe of the ambition of this one. So it's set in Alpha, which is this sort of metropolis which houses species from 1,000 different planets. And we're delving into this story through for Valerian, played by Dane DeHaan, and his sort of on-off girlfriend, Laureline, played by Cara Delevingne.
Love her.
And their sort of job is to maintain order and peace amongst the kind of humankind or in this planet. And it's just a really huge, epic visual spectacle. And I know you're going to like it because you're a big Luc Besson fan, aren't you?
Oh my God, The Fifth Element is one of my favourite films of all time. Definitely my favourite sci-fi. This is like a real passion project for him. This has kind of been in his mind for what, nigh on 20 years? So I'm expecting this to be just so in your face, nothing subtle, incredible special effects. I think there are like over 2,000 special effects in
There's
this.
600 more than Rogue One.
Amazing.
It's stuffed full of all these different species, and I just love the imagination that that entails. And also, my namesake, Rihanna is in this.
You mentioned the kind of absurdity and how it is just huge and epic and all these things, but there is actually a kind of pertinence to this tale as well, because it's kind of studying really how we should embrace each other's cultures and how everyone, if you put everyone together in one place, we can actually live very happily.
So Luc Besson is really on the money with this, and it looks like an amazing adaptation of the comic books as well.
Talking of great adaptations, Stephen King's The Dark Tower is finally coming to the big screen.
The tower protects both our worlds. If it falls, hell will be unleashed.
So this is based on a best-selling series of novels. What can we expect from The Dark Tower?
Well, it is the perfect time for this film to be coming out because it's Stephen King's 70th birthday this year. There's a lot of like Stephen King fever, and this is about a young boy who discovers another dimension, and in that dimension he finds the gunslinger who is trying to save all existence from the man in black who is threatening to destroy anything good.
The tower will fall. You really think you can stop me, gunslinger?
It's this incredible mix of genres. It's a western, it's an action film, it's a sci-fi, it's a fantasy, and you can't get a much better cast than Idris Elba.
So he's the gunslinger.
And Matthew McConaughey.
The man in black.
The man in black. I also haven't read the book, so I'm not coming to this with any sort of previous expectations, but knowing Stephen King, he can write characters so well. You know, they're always really well developed, really well rounded, and I think he's going to create this whole new universe that we're all going to fall in love with.
There is very likely to be a TV series of this as well. And it's been left in really reliable hands because Nikolai Arcel, who's the director, did A Royal Affair, which is Oscar nominated. You know, we've got a great director, great writer, and an incredible cast. So there's a lot to look forward to on this one.
And if, like me, you are a total newcomer to the Dark Tower series, then make sure you check out View's Insider's Guide. Next up, it's American Made.
You never saw me.
So this is Tom Cruise reunited with his Edge of Tomorrow director, Doug Liman, and they make a pretty great pair, don't they?
Oh, they do. And it's nice to see Tom Cruise do something a bit more character-driven, flexing his kind of acting muscles rather than just his actual muscles. But in this, he plays a pilot who is set in the sort of 1980s, and he works for the CIA and he's a drug runner. So it looks like it's going to be a film that's really going to tap into that kind of fan base of like Narcos and Pablo Escobar kind of movies and stuff like that.
Get it f***ing done.
Yet it's not just Tom Cruise, it's got a great supporting cast. I mean, Donald Gleason's in it, and he's one of those actors, when he's in a film, I think, I'm probably going to like that.
You're CIA.
Shit.
And also Doug Liman at the helm. I mean, obviously he's become sort of renowned more so for his action films of late, but at the same time, he's really good at character-driven pieces. I mean, Swingers is one of my favourite films of all time. He's one of those filmmakers that I think it doesn't really matter what genre he's sort of tapping into, he's probably going to do quite a good job of it.
You trust me?
No! It's also worth noting that this is based on a true story, which makes it even weirder and wackier and more unbelievable than I first thought. Next up is Steven Soderbergh's Logan Lucky.
Charlotte Motor Speedway.
It's the biggest race of the year.
I know how they move the money.
So this is about two brothers from the Deep South, played by Channing Tatum and Adam Driver, so I'm already on board. And they want to pull off a heist during a NASCAR race. But you know, I think they're not particularly clever, so they need someone to help them out. They get Daniel Craig.
Of course.
This is incredible. We have James Bond, Kylo Ren and Magic Mike all sharing a screen.
It's an incredible cast, and I've got to be honest, when I first saw Channing Tatum and Adam Driver as brothers, I did think, I'm not quite sure they look like brothers, but to be honest with you, they're so good. It doesn't matter, does it?
People say that.
Steven Soderbergh just generally has decided to ditch all that sleekness that we associate with his thrillers. So Ocean's 11, one of the best heist movies ever. And this is just the complete polar opposite, which I find really exciting. He's an excellent director. I feel like we're in really safe hands here. This looks hilarious.
And also, but when he has done comedy in the past, it's always tinged with an element of sadness. Behind the Candelabra, even Magic Mike, these films have got quite playful, quite kind of irreverent kind of moments in them. But there's always this undercurrent of just kind of poignancy, I find, the whole way through his movies. He's one of my favourite filmmakers, and with that cast, I think we're all going to be lucky with this one.
Sister, you always say that even though we can't see God, we can feel His presence. In this house, I feel a different kind of presence. An evil one.
So the last film will have had you rolling in the aisles. This will have you quaking in your seats. This is Annabelle Creation. And this world of The Conjuring that has been built up is really quite terrifying. We've had 3 films already in that world. This is the 4th, and there's another 3 still to come. So this tapestry is getting richer and scarier by the minute. Are you excited about Annabelle?
Oh, I am, and I think it's because of the 70s setting. Everything feels very handmade, and the floorboards are very creaky, and things are going bump in the night, they're not beeping. Also, they have children at the heart of these tales, and it's really great because one of the things in horror movies I've never really got on board with is when they say, let's go into the basement or let's go into the woods, and I think no one would do that. But a child has that kind of naive sense of curiosity where you just go, well, maybe they would follow their instincts. And also it's got a really scary doll. But the story behind this is that it's a doll maker and his wife, and their daughter died. So they bring in about maybe 15 years later a group of orphan young girls, and they say, don't go into our deceased daughter's bedroom.
So
they go into the bedroom.
They go into the bedroom.
Can you help me? What do you need?
The best thing about Annabelle, though, for me is it is pure, unadulterated escapism. I saw the last Conjuring film in this really huge, packed screening, and it was perfect. Just seeing everybody jumping in unison and being terrified at the same time. I loved it. This is how you need to see horror films. This is how you need to see Annabelle Creation.
Annabelle?
Also out this month, Charlize Theron goes full badass in Atomic Blonde.
The Emoji Movie hopes to make you crying laughing rather than disappointed face.
Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson are mortal enemies forced to pair up in The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Scarlett Johansson's hen party goes horribly and hilariously wrong in Rough Night.
And the world's most famous tank engine heads to the mainland in Thomas and Friends' Journey Beyond Sodor.
If you want to buy tickets to all the films we've discussed today and more, then head to myview.com.